All right, this is lesson 4, independent practice. Let's see what we got. Each side length of the parallelogram at the right is multiplied by 4. Describe the change in the perimeter. Perimeter, if it's multiplied by 4, it's just times 4. So I'm going to find the perimeter. 10, this is 10 and this is 8. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 8 plus 8 is 16. 20 plus 16 equals 36. Now, if it's times 4, it's just times 4. 36 is the original. I want to get the new one times 4. 36 times 4 is 144 centimeters. It's not the area, it's the outside. Okay. Number 2, the base and the height of a triangle at the right are multiplied by 4. Now we're looking at area. So now it's not just multiplied by 4, it's times 4 squared because we're looking at the area. Okay, so let me find the original area, and then we're going to times it by 4 squared. So we have base 6 times height 5. 6 times 5, it's a triangle, so I have to cut it in half. So it's 30 divided by 2 equals 15. That's the original. 15. Ooh, I better do this correct. It is 15 meters squared. Okay? And now we want to multiply. I could multiply that by 4 and that by 4 and figure out the new one. But what I could do is I could take this 15 times 4 squared equals the new one. So 15 times 4 squared, I do my exponents first, so it's 15 times 4 times 4 is 16, and 15 times 16 is going to get me 240. Let me see. Let me just make sure. I want to do this in my calculator. I'm thinking it's 240. 15 times 16 equals, yes, 240 meters squared. So the area, when it's multiplied by 4, goes from 15 to 240. Huge jump. Okay? If it was the perimeter, it wouldn't be that big of a jump. It'd just be times 4. But this one is 16 times. Okay? Each side length of a rectangle is multiplied by 1/3. So it's just a third of it. So because it's multiplied by a third, we're going to be getting smaller. The original, and what are we talking about? Area? The original area of this rectangle is going to be bigger than the new one because the new one is just a third of this. Okay, so let's figure out the area. Base times height. 15 times 21 equals 315. 315 yards squared. Now we want to do it a third. We're going to take these by a third. So that would be 7, and this would be 5. A third of 21 is 7, and a third of 15 is 5. So now, if I do base times height, 7 times 5, the new one is 35 yards squared. Lot smaller. But let's see how I could do this. I could have done 315 times 1/3 squared equals my new one. Now what is 1/3 squared? 1/3 times 1/3 equals 1/6. So it's 315 times 1/6 equals. And if I make this a fraction, 315 times 1 is 315. 1 times 6 is 6. And then if I do 315 divided by 6, 15 divided by 6 equals I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Okay, sometimes we do things wrong. And here's how I did it wrong. 1/3 times 1/3. I hope you caught this. I said it was 1/6. Oh, that's correct right there, but it is not 1/6. It's 1. 3 times 3 is 9th. 1/9. So, here, let me erase it again. This would be 1/3 squared, which is 315 times 1/9. And if I do that, it is 315 divided by 9. Now, 315 divided by 9 is 35, which is what we got over here. Okay? Let's go on. And we need to be able, we can't read. Okay. Different sizes of regular pentagons are used in a stained glass window. Each small pentagon has a side length of 4, okay, one length of 4, and an area of 27.5 inches squared. Now, it says each large pentagon has a side of 8 inches. What is the area of the large? We can figure out the area because we know we're going from 4 to 8. So we're going 2 times on each of the sides. But the area is not just 2 times, it's times 2 squared. So I take my area of the small one, 27.5, times 2 squared equals 27 times 2 times 2 is 4 equals 27 times 4 is 108 inches squared. So that's the area of this one. That's the area of this one. It goes from 27.5 to 108 inches. Oh, it's actually 110. I'm making a lot of mistakes today, aren't I? And the reason why I made a mistake there, hopefully you're catching all this. I'm doing all these mistakes to see how you're paying attention. I did 27. It's 27.5 times 4. And 27.5 times 4 is actually 110 inches squared. That's what that one is. Okay, you got to add that 0.5. It's really important. Okay, let's think about this dollhouse. A dollhouse has a bed with a dimension 1/12 of the queen size bed. A queen size bed has an area of 4,800. Okay, and a length of 80 inches. What are the side lengths of the dollhouse bed? Okay, so I'm going to draw a little picture. We got a big bed. We got a big bed, and then we got a very little dollhouse bed. The big bed area is 4,800 inches squared, and one side is 80 inches. Okay. Now, what I need to do is I can figure out what this side is right here, because it's 80 times what gets me to 4,800, and it is 60. Okay, so this is 60 inches. Now, it tells me that the dimensions are 1/12 of the size. So it's 80 times 1/12 and 60 times 1/12. Okay, so what's 80 times 1/12 is 80 times 1 divided by 12. Okay, equals 6th 6 2/3. And then 60 is 5. So the long side is 60 2/3, and this side is 5. Now I could figure out the area there, which is 6 2/3 times 5. And the way I'm going to do it is, let's see, that's 18, 19, 20, 20/3 times 5. That's a 3. Times 5 over 1. So that's 20 times 5 is 100 divided by 3. 100 divided by 3, I can get 33 and 1/3. 1/3. That's my area. Inches squared. So we go from 4,800 to 33. Big difference. Now, I could have figured out that by taking my area, 4,800, times 1/12 squared, and that would have got me this new area. But it asked for what are the side lengths of the dollhouse, and I was able to figure that out. 6 2/3 by 5. Okay, one more. Refer to the graphic novel below for exercises 1 or A and B. Okay, let's do A. What is the original area of the triangle? Well, original area of a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. So base times height, 40 times 30 divided by 2. 40 times 30 is 120 divided by 2 is 60. So it is 60 feet squared. Oh my goodness. Another mistake. It's not 120. 40 times 30 is 1,200. 1,200 divided by 2. So the original is 600 feet squared. Now, it says, what is the new area if the sides are 2 times as long? Now, we're talking about area, so I'm going to take the old area, 800 feet squared, times 2 squared, and that'll get me the new one, which is 600 times 2 times 2 is 4. Now, 4 times 6 is 24. Add my 2 zeros, feet squared. And this is the new one when it's 2 times. So it goes from 600 to 2,400 feet. All right. Let's keep talking about this. Ask me if you have any questions, and we'll keep working on it.